This is for the week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th. We're going to start with Aries and make our way down to Pisces. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, please note that I do not read the chat while I'm in the middle of a sign. So I will read the chat when I am shuffling for the next sign. That being said, let's get into it. Starting with Aries. What does Aries need to know for the week ahead? Aries. Interesting. No clarification today as well. Okay. Aries, overall energy for this reading. You have two energies. We have number 31, door to value, and number 30, the garden and the gate. And it's pertaining to number 26, great fortune. So it feels like you're opening the door to your worth, your value, which is in turn going to create more for you. But there's some energy of kind of being fearful, overthinking, maybe overanalyzing. I feel as though you're moving in the right direction. There's just a need to make sure you're putting fear aside and taking that leap of faith in true Aries fashion. We have the 7 of coins that came out in the reverse. The 7 of coins is all about seeds that you had previously planted coming to fruition. I don't feel like you're necessarily looking backwards anymore, but it feels as though you're almost, you might be making things up as you go along, just going with the flow, which feels like really good energy. We do have the 2 of coins. That's energetically and emotionally draining energy. It's you're possibly putting too much. It's almost like you're in between the past you and the future you, and there's a need to just kind of go all in. With the Queen of Swords, Libra energy, I feel like you're being called to stay focused on, the wish fulfillment, the desire. It also talks about balance. It is Libra energy and following your intuition, your guidance. There is a place for logic, of course, but you really need to be following your intuition and just keep moving forward. In your underlying, we have number 33, door to romance. It is pertaining to number 39, community. Could be somebody in your community that is opening up that heart space. It could even be that you're meeting somebody in the community that is opening up that romantic energy, or like an online community or something to that extent. It just feels like it could be your actual community that you live in, a friend group, maybe you're joining a new community, something to that end. And then we do have the 10 of Cups. That's unconditional love. That's longevity. That is, I guess I've never really looked at the picture in there. Interesting. It feels like you truly have somebody that is meant to walk your path with you. This is, again, transpiring in the week ahead. Make sure that you are continuing to move forward, not looking backwards. Take the leap of faith, Aries. We are going to, I'm going to shuffle, and then we will move on to Taurus. I will read the chat while I shuffle. Hello and goodbye. I never read the chat while I'm in the middle of a sign. So, hello, Leanne. Oh my gosh, it's been forever. Hopefully all is well. I feel like I always catch you driving. Okay, I started early today. I was feeling it. All right, we are moving into Taurus. Happy birthday to all the Tauruses. Happy birthday. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Taurus. Interesting. Okay. Taurus, overall energy for this upcoming week, the 4th through to the 10th, we have caring connection. So feeling the love, are ya? Or the care, if you will. Caring connection doesn't have to be romantic. But it's pertaining to great fortune and number 26 and number 11, sudden wealth. Wow, Taurus. Great fortune is an energy, which of course with the sudden wealth, I feel like the energy of great fortune is what's going to call that in. Being in the energy of feeling very fortunate and having like your cup runneth over kind of energy. And it's pertaining to, well, I feel like it's you and another person. So whether it's a friend, a romantic partner, something to that extent, there is sudden wealth coming in, something unexpected possibly, and or more than expected. We have the Hierophant. Well, that's you, Taurus energy. That is a higher level of commitment. With the 9 of Wands. Interesting, because the 9 of Wands is all about the wounded warrior, the wounded healer. For some of you, there's a higher level of commitment towards the things that need to be released or let go of, things that you've been holding on for far too long. And I feel like you have somebody walking this path with you. With the Sun card, Leo energy, that's the happiest card in the deck, which I love this deck because it shows two people, which is fitting for your reading. This feels very much, well, it's joy, happiness, abundance, creativity. It is like the ultimate happiest card in the deck. And we have the Child of Cups. For a lot of you, you're being called to follow your heart, but I also feel like there's going to be some more playful, childlike energy, maybe getting back in touch with that fun-loving, childlike self would be, excuse me, beneficial. The underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 47, the thinking woman. There could be a little overanalyzing. It's pertaining to number 14, message of concern. So there's a need to shift or transmute the energy of concern into joy, happiness, like whatever's going to happen, like I'm excited. It's pertaining to a 10 of coins. And so this is stability, security. For some of you, this is a force move, or it's like time. And for Tauruses who like to take their sweet time, it could be more of a concern or fear. It could pertain to a job, something that's long-term, stable, secure. It doesn't mean, excuse me, it doesn't mean that there's not, oh my gosh, excuse me. It doesn't mean that there's not more stability and security coming your way. But Taurus are notorious for holding on to things longer than they should because they get kind of comfortable in wherever they're at. So the ascension and growth needs to take place. I feel like you've been holding on to this for far too long, and it's time to expand that thinking to get clarity, truth, honesty, a new way of thinking. It's time to create more. And clearly with the wealth, I feel like things are growing and expanding in your life this coming up week. Opportunities abound. Okay, Taurus, that is what I have for you. I'm going to move on to Gemini after I shuffle. Hello, Susan. These are just quick, straight and to the point for the week ahead. No clarifications. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. And for subscribing. Okay. Gemini. Gemini for the week ahead. The 4th through to the 10th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or, good grief, cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Nice, Gemini. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. Gemini, overall energy for this upcoming week. We have number 38, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. That's your heart chakra, and it's pertaining to number 38, toil and labor. This is love, compassion, self-acceptance, and it's something that it feels like, for some of you, it's pertaining to the work that you do. For others, it feels as though you're in an energy of maybe expansion and opening up that heart chakra. The toil and labor is, in essence, how you've been doing things in the past, and it's just not working anymore. It's like, yeah, this just isn't happening. I feel like there's major expansion taking place with the heart chakra. We have the King of Swords. That's you. That's you showing up strong in your reading, Gemini. With the Hierophant, Taurus energy, higher level of commitment. So I feel like not only could this pertain to a higher level of commitment, romantic wise, take it how it resonates, but I also feel like this is a higher level commitment towards your spiritual side, whether it's working through your chakras, aligning your chakras, opening your heart space, working with shifting your perspective, all sorts of different things. Maybe you're committing to going to a spiritual life coach like myself. Maybe you are reading self-help books or new age books, going to drum circles or yoga or something. It just feels like there's something that you are committing to pertaining to your higher spiritual growth, ascension, with a Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, you could be awakening to your spiritual gifts at this time. They could be expanding. I also feel like with the Knight of Cups, we're talking about you taking a commitment towards another person as well. You could be coming to offer this person a cup of love. Knight of Cups is far more serious than a Page of Cups, but we're not at the king energy yet, but it feels like you're working through some kind of a heart chakra block, if you will. In your underlying energy, we have number 52, Goddess of the Moon. I love that card. That to me is, again, following intuition, moving through your fears. It's pertaining to number 2, a main female. So again, you could be the main female. It could be somebody you're dealing with, but there's a need to move through your fears, to follow your intuition. And again, you could have these heightened gifts taking place. We have a Queen of Cups, specifically Cancer energy, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This could be somebody that you're dealing with, highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate. This also could be an energy that you're also moving into with that heart chakra opening up. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy again. I feel as though you are gaining a new perspective on possibly love, your heart chakra, clearing, unblocking, but also spiritual aspects, spiritual gifts. There's something shifting and changing. With the 4 of Swords, that's rest, healing, rejuvenation, and receiving guidance and downloads. With the Two of Cups, there is a romantic situation abound for you. And I feel like you're moving through and opening up this heart chakra. Again, heightened gifts at this time, but more so having this higher level of commitment towards your spiritual growth and ascension. Also could pertain to a higher level of commitment coming through with another person, possibly a water sign, somebody who embodies that energy. But then we do have the Fool card, Aries, Aquarius energy, which is all about taking that leap of faith and moving in a new direction, a new cycle beginning. So Gemini, it looks like you have an amazing week ahead of you. Let us shuffle and we will move into Cancer. Thank you all for hitting the like button. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to all my subscribers and my gratitude group and extended group members. I truly appreciate you all. It is a beautiful day here. It's going to be like 76, I think. Warm day. I have done Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I am shuffling and moving into Cancer. There is no clarification today. This is for the week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th. Just a quick message. Although if you're curious, the monthlies are already out on the channel. The May monthlies for each individual sign. All right, Cancer. Cancer, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. This is for the week ahead for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, overall energy for this upcoming week. We have number 40, 6th chakra archangel Metatron, and it's pertaining to number 24, Thief. So this is clarity of thought, personal vision. It's your third eye. You could be receiving insight, guidance, clarity, truth, but it's pertaining to thief. Or for some of you, this is something about, I feel like it's inner vision. And so swap the roles if you feel the need to, but I feel like you're understanding or coming to an awareness or an understanding or a clarity on how maybe you've been stealing from yourself energetically. So a few examples would be, we'll give a general example of, let's say you took a candy bar from somebody, right? Simple. At some point, you're stealing from yourself, because as within, so without, that which you do to others comes back to you. So if you lie to somebody, you're going to be lied to. If you deceive somebody, you're going to be deceived. If you, waste somebody's time, your time is going to be wasted. It's almost like there's some kind of a clarity coming through that you've been stealing from yourself in some way. Now, whether it's time or energy, thoughts, whatever the case is. We have a 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is all about the burdens that you've been carrying around for far too long, upwards of 10 years. Most people, it's since childhood. And they're all about, we came here to have experiences, and a lot of people don't view them as experiences. They hold on to them and keep them and never forget about them. And it's normally the less than favorable experiences that people hold on to. When you hold on to that's when you're stealing from yourself. You're stealing your own joy. You're stealing your own peace of mind. There's a need to release and let go, which I feel like you're coming to that awareness. With the 10 of Coins, that's longevity. It's upwards of 10 years, something physical in the 3D, stability and security. I feel as though there maybe hasn't been a whole lot of stability and security. I mean, in essence, we all have it to some extent, but some people it's actually joyful, and some people they're comfortable in the chaos. That feels more like what's in alignment with you for whoever this reading is for. With the Knight of Swords, that to me is truth, clarity coming through for you. Understanding that whatever this long-term situation, whether it's work, whether it's family, home life, something in the 3D has been burdensome, and it's been something that you've been carrying around for far too long. You created it from the burdens. In the underlying, we have number 38, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. That's your heart chakra, and it's pertaining to number 34, occupation. I feel like you're being called to do something that you love, that you enjoy doing, that your heart is calling you to do. With the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy, you're manifesting from that energy, your open heart chakra, also with the clarity and the truth that you now have. With the 3 of Coins, it could pertain to some kind of a collaboration with others. But regardless if you're working with others or not, you definitely are building, I heard your empire, but starting anew with less blocks and burdens, if you will. Being able to work with something creative, one of your creative endeavors. All right, Cancer, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Leo. Hello, Laura. All right. And again, the May monthlies are already out. Thank you all for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. These are just short, sweet, and to the point for the week ahead. Mid-months will be out in a week or so. Leo, the week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th. I do give, wow, that 4th chakra is coming out a lot. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you're dealing with. That was a lot of cards that just popped out. Okay. Capricorn, excuse me, Leo. Overall energy for this reading is 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. I don't believe in coincidences. In the reverse. So you have a closed heart chakra. And it's pertaining to number 25, high honor, and number 18, a child or child energy. This is love, compassion, and self-acceptance. So I feel like you are not open to love, self-acceptance, self-love, loving others. And it could, honestly, for some of you, it could pertain to the fact that there's maybe you are having a child, and or somebody that you were with is having a child. I say were because I feel like we're shut off to love. It also could pertain to your inner child. But let's move through and see what happens here, Leo. The 8 of Cups in the reverse. There's a lack of emotional detachment and forward momentum with the Child of Coins in the reverse as well. So interesting. It feels very stuck energy. It feels like there is maybe a desire to move back around, but there's no offer. There's no conversation, communication. There's nothing there's nothing there. There's nothing being offered, whether it's from you or the other person. With the 10 of Wands, we've got the burden card again. That's all about finally dropping the burden. Well, whatever the burden is, I feel like, so the 8 of Cups is emotional detachment. When it's in the reverse, it tells me that either you were emotionally detached and came back around, and or you just won't emotionally detach from something. You're still holding on to it. With the Child of Coins in the reverse, you could be lacking the energy or uh, the ability to see. It could pertain to an actual child. For some of you, you're not able to see your child at this point. And there's something that you're holding on to, but there's no movement taking place. There's nothing coming towards you. With the 10 of Wands, you're finally dropping the burden. With the 6 of Cups, that is something coming back around from the past. Now, again, we could be talking about inner child. There could be an inner child situation where you're bringing things up from the past, but more than anything, it feels like you're reminiscing on things from the past. We have Scorpio energy, the adversary. Honestly, this feels very much like there's a need to, it feels like there's a need to do some spiritual work, some internal work, transmutation, really. I feel like you're holding on to something, and even if you've dropped the burdens, things that you've been carrying around for far too long, there's something toxic that's keeping you tied to another person, place, or situation. And although we are talking about a child energy and nobody wants to let go of their child, if that's the case, it could even be inner child. So if that's the case, there is something to move through. But if it's a physical child and you're unable, like, it doesn't make sense that this is a physical child because with the fourth chakra in the reverse, the heart chakra, your heart chakra is closed. It's closed off. There's a lack of emotional detachment, but a lack of love. It's like you've been carrying around something that transpired, I feel like, in childhood that has been weighing you down, and it's highly toxic. It feels like there's a need to transmute it and transform it. It feels more to me like childhood as opposed to an actual child. If it is an actual child, it feels more like there's something preventing you from being able to see the child. But more than anything, I feel like this is talking about inner child and a lack of movement or, in essence, still wallowing in that toxic energy. And the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface, we have the broken heart. Yeah, broken heart. That's why the heart chakra is in the reverse. And it's pertaining to number 2, main female. Now, for those of you that this is pertaining to childhood energy, it could be your parent, mother figure, or somebody main female from your childhood that left this brokenhearted energy, and there's a need for healing. For those who it's pertaining to a relationship where you're no longer able to see your child at this point, or maybe you are able to see your child, but you're still holding on to the mother of the child. I got to be honest. I don't think that this, I feel like this is mainly for a male Leo, but if it's a female Leo, we're talking about childhood most likely, or flip the roles if need be. So if this is an actual child, somebody's preventing you possibly, most likely, from seeing the child. If that's not the case, it's that they don't want to see you their own self and you're refusing to let go of it. Or maybe it's very kerfunkery is what it feels like. Like you're not letting go, but you are not emotionally detaching either. But there's no opportunity or offer coming in, most likely either way. With the broken heart and the main female and the underlying, we have the 9 of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, yes, but it's also talking about emotional sovereignty. We leave the Eight of Cups, we emotionally detach from something in order to find our wish fulfillment and gain that emotional sovereignty. But if you're not detaching emotionally, then it appears to me that this is in your mind your wish fulfillment, and or you're never going to find the wish fulfillment until you emotionally detach from the old situation. We do have the Ten of Swords. To me, the Ten of Swords is finally shifting the way that you're thinking, the belief system, stabbing your own self in the back. It's allowing healing to take place. Wow, Leo, that was interesting, to say the least. We're going to move on to Virgo after I shuffle it up and then move on to Virgo. Ah, thanks, Leanne. Hopefully you're not still driving. Okay, last shuffle. Well, that's good. All right, Virgo. This is for the week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th. Virgo, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Nice. Okay. Virgo, overall energy for this reading, we have number 30, the garden and the gate. So it's pertaining to number 9, change. Here's the dealio. The only constant in life is change. So don't push against the change. It may be a little bit scary, cause anxiety, fearful, but in essence, your happiness is on the other side of this gate. The garden and the gate tells me that you have built this cozy little nest, wherever that is, your comfort zone, right? Whatever it is, whatever it's pertaining to. And the idea of stepping out of that comfort zone seems exciting and yeah, but then it's like, I don't want to though, because it's new and I don't know if this is going to work. It's all the what ifs, but not the good what ifs. Like, what if it's the best thing that ever happened to me? What if this is like the biggest, most amazing thing in my life? It's always the, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if it this? What if it does? Yeah. So there's a change coming. Now, this could be an actual move, but regardless, it's a change. There's shifts and changes taking place in your life, and you're being called to be fearless and take that leap of faith. We have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a rite of passage. It is a time of moving into calmer mental and emotional waters after a turbulent time. It could have been your whole life that felt turbulent, but a lot of times there's comfort in the chaos. So this is telling me that it's moving. You're moving into a new energy, at least, if not physically moving. We have the 9 of Coins. Holy bananas. So 9 of Coins, wish fulfillment. It's also not just wish fulfillment. It is also enjoying the fruits of your labor, your work finally paying off. And yes, it could be physical work, like where you go to work. Maybe that's the change. Maybe you're getting promoted. But it also is about the energetic work to shift and change yourself. With the Child of Wands, that's passion, drive, desire, forward momentum, creativity, and magic. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface, we have number 33, door to romance. And that is pertaining to number 38, toil and labor. Feels like your romantic life or the energy could have been maybe in the past hard, exhausting, overdoing it, feeling just like lost in, is it always going to be the same old, same old? That could have been the turbulence that you went through was, you know, love life or romantic life was just in the dumpers. Well, not anymore. We have an Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. There's a brand new emotional beginning taking place for you. Beautiful energy for you, Virgo. You have an emotional opportunity, can be a lot of things. I will say spiritually, it could be an activation of psychic abilities, intuition going off the charts. But for a lot of you, it's talking about romantic love coming in for you. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. We are going to move on to Libra after I do the little shuffle. Which brings us to our midway point. I have done Aries through Virgo. I am going into Libra here in a moment. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of my gratitude and extended group members. I appreciate all of my subscribers. And I appreciate everybody else. Thank you all for hitting the like button and subscribing. And for the comments. And for everything. Just thank you. Feeling gratitude. Appreciation. Okay. Last shuffle for the Libra. At Libra. Libra. This is for the week ahead for the Libras. 4th through to the 10th. I do give my feeling on the card along with whatever channel messages come my way. Feel free to watch other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Libra. Overall energy is number 29, the World card, and it's pertaining to number 32, despair. You know, Libra, I feel like you're finally going to move. The World card is the ending. It's the ending of a cycle, and this is pertaining to despair. So if you felt despair, maybe work hasn't been going well, you haven't been able to find a job, romance has been in the dumps, whatever it is that's caused you this disparaging energy, feeling, whatever it is, the World card is saying that this cycle is finally coming to an end. The World card also talks about expansion, growth, and ascension. We have the Hermit. Virgo energy, which is all about going within, seeking higher guidance, not just any higher guidance, but like your higher guidance, your higher self, your spiritual self, your intuition. It's akin to a spiritual awakening, which I will shamelessly plug my spiritual life coach, 13 Steps to Transformation, which is a 13-week course that you can move through, which is akin to a spiritual awakening and so much more. If you're interested, you can always email me and or Facebook message me. Anyways, back to the reading. The Hermit card. This is where you go within, and it's, as it states, Hermit. You kind of disassociate or close yourself off from people, places, and situations. It doesn't mean you don't go to work and do things that you have to do, like your daily activities. It just means that you kind of keep your energy to yourself and don't commingle energies as much as possible in order to really get in tune with who you are, what you're passionate about, what your wish fulfillment is, and your North Node, what you're destined and fated to do. With the Knight of Swords, this is all about clarity, truth, honesty, communication coming through, receiving guidance, downloads, intuition, which is going to be heightened, especially with that Hermit energy. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Whew, love the Nine of Cups. That is wish fulfillment. It's not only wish fulfillment, but it's emotional sovereignty, meaning that people, places, and situations don't bother you anymore. It is, again, it's a shift in your perspective. It's a spiritual shift. It's spiritual awakening. So if you haven't already started it, you could be starting all of that this next week. And the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface. We have number 37, third chakra, Archangel Shamuel, and it's pertaining to number 4, a courtship. So this is emotions of desire and your life force energy. Interesting. I feel like there's definitely somebody or something that's heightening your desires. With the 7 of Swords, there could be some kind of strategy involved, but for some of you, I feel like this is more talking about self-deception, and or, I mean, it could be somebody deceiving you, but it mainly feels more like self-deception. With the 5 of Wands, that's also talking about an energy of, well, I heard chaos and clouded. Like somebody's clouding, somebody's judgment is clouded, or somebody's clouding the truth, trying to pull the wool over your eyes. The 5 of Wands is chaos and drama. So I feel like there's something within you pertaining to this courtship, relationship, whatever you want to call it, dating, that's red flagging you, like major red flagging you. And again, there's self-deception or this person deceiving you, the wool being pulled over your eyes, drama, chaos. With the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, that's passion, drive, and forward momentum. It also talks about dropping the burdens and getting a new start. So again, the despair that you've been in feels like it could pertain to romance, mainly, really, is what it feels like, that it's pertaining to romance. But take it how it resonates. It could also be work. That there's an ending of a cycle coming, and when you end a cycle, whether you like it or not, a lot of people don't move into the new cycle with you because they're no longer an energetic match. You could be finding out with this courtship or this relationship that this person isn't an energetic match any longer. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to the Scorpio. Oh, thank you, Leanne. Yes, Amina, it's a super chat. $5 a question, minimum. I also do personal readings if that's something that interests you. Full personal readings. That is, you can reach out on email or Facebook Messenger. But if neither of those work for you, this is the week ahead. Quick, short, sweet, to the point, no clarification. However, the May monthlies are out. So, and then the mid-months will be coming out in about a week and a half-ish. Something to that extent. Unless you're an extended group member, then it'll be about a week, roughly. Scorpio. This is for the week ahead. I feel like we just keep getting the same cards. The week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Oakley, Dokley. Scorpio, overall energy is number 40, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. With it's pertaining to distant horizon, number 36, and number 4, courtship. So this is clarity of thought, personal vision. You could be, especially being water sign, this is your sixth sense. This is your third eye. This is maybe you're receiving a vision or a premonition pertaining to a courtship and something transpiring in the distant horizon. So again, premonition is what I'm feeling. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is Pisces, Sagittarius energy. It is well, good luck. It is good juju coming your way. Possibly after a time of stagnancy or feeling like things just weren't moving, there's progress seemingly out of nowhere. Could be a windfall of sorts with the 8 of Wands. Not only is it progress, but it's a lot of passion coming in really quickly. Possible communication, but it's more than anything, it's almost like things just feel like they're going nowhere. You have some vision of what the future is meant to be in this courtship, and things just start flying in out of nowhere. With the Sun card, Leo energy, the happiest card in the deck. Happiness, joy, success, abundance, prosperity, creativity. And we have 2 people in that card. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we do have number 14, caring connection. And it's pertaining to number 23, courthouse. So I'm wondering if you are getting married or taking the next step, it being that we have a courthouse here. For some of you, it could be eloping. We have the 4 of Swords. That is rest, rejuvenating, healing, but it's also receiving guidance, downloads, meditating. I feel like you're in tune to something. You could be recognizing this person from a past life for some of you. With the Hierophant, that's Taurus energy. That's your higher level of commitment. Not just to relationships, but spiritual as well. To your, especially if your intuition is kicking off like crazy. With the Ace of Cups. Wow. Brand new emotional opportunity. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with the Ace of Cups. Again, you could have heightened gifts at this time as well, and even start receiving more premonitions. But a new opportunity in romance, a new love for some of you. The Chariot card, Cancer energy. That is victory, success, and forward momentum. This is all about relationship and spiritual gifts. I feel like there is some kind of knowing, clarity, or some kind of one of your clairs is kicking off at this time. Some premonition or intuition, whatever you want to call it. You have some kind of foresight. You're seeing something, understanding something. Regardless of the fact that things could have felt stuck, stagnant, or not moving in any specific direction, it's coming, and it's coming this week. There's something shifting and changing. Now, it doesn't mean that you're getting married this week or that's going to happen, but the forward momentum starts transpiring this week for you, Scorpio. Nice. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Sagittarius. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. And for subscribing. Also, thanks to my extended group members and gratitude group members. You guys are awesome. Awesome sauce. I have Sag next, and then Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, for the week ahead, the 4th through to the 10th, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Somebody could be stealing your joy. I heard stealer of joy. I don't know. Oh, wow. That's a lot of cards that came out. Somebody's got a story. Okay. Sagittarius, overall energy for this reading this upcoming week. We have number 20, envy. Could be your energy, somebody you're dealing with. I'm going to read it as if it's yours, so take it how it resonates. Flip the roles if you need to. But envy and jealousy, it's somebody who is focused on external from what they have. Like they have it all, at least in somebody's eyes, and they are lacking appreciation for what they have and kind of focus more on what somebody else has. It's pertaining to number 30, adjudication. So could be some kind of a court matter or judgment call that was made where somebody else was getting something. And number 24, thief. Interesting. So we have envy and jealousy pertaining to a judgment about theft. Now, theft could be a lot of things. It could be that maybe you were in a court ruling and it didn't go in your favor to the extent you thought. Like, let's say you wanted it to be 50-50 and you only got 25%. Now you feel like this person's a total thief, like they stole from you or whatever. It doesn't much matter what the situation is. It's more or less saying that there's envy and jealousy pertaining to the situation and that there was a judgment made. Now, it doesn't have to be a court judgment. It could be somebody's personal judgment. But it could even be that you've come to the judgment, the conclusion that somebody stole something from you that, I'm jealous. They got this. I should have got it. That would be an energy of feeling like it was stolen from you, if you will. With the moon card, Pisces energy, I feel like there's a need for you to really follow your insight, your intuition, but it's also an energy, well, it's mother energy. That's important for somebody. It's the energy of moving through your fears and the hidden secrets, the things that you've kept deep, dark down inside. With the Ace of Coins, this is a brand new opportunity. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, rather. It's an opportunity. Could be financial, could be a job, could be a home. It almost feels like you are harboring these envious, jealous feelings. You're holding something secretively about this opportunity. And or, like I said, flip the rules if need be. With the Four of Wands, I find it very interesting because the Four of Wands is templed path. It's also a celebration, a union, a graduation, an achievement of sorts. There's something that you are feeling should have been offered to you, and there's a major amount of jealousy. And I wonder if the fear is more about thinking that, like, oh, there was only one, like, I'll never get whatever that is. The Three of Wands is about the energy of waiting for your ships to come in, something that I feel like you might have been waiting for a long time. With the Three of Cups, celebration, joy, happiness, success, and the Child of Coins, which is being offered the opportunity. Again, you can flip the roles. I'm starting to feel like maybe this is flipped, like somebody else is envious and jealous of you, but own it if it's you, because it feels like there's some grand opportunity that came in, something that feels right. And there's somebody who's secretly envious and jealous and feels that they deserve whatever this is. And the underlying energy, we have number 50, Angel of Strength. You're being called to be in your strength, in your power. With pertaining to number 33, concern. There's some kind of concern about this new beginning, this new opportunity, the Fool card, this new cycle beginning. There's concern. So again, if this is your energy and you're feeling jealous and all of this and you're concerned, you're trying to be strong, but you're concerned that, you didn't get this new opportunity. At this point, I feel like the roles are flipped and it's somebody else. You've been given this opportunity. You're being called to be in your power and your strength to take this opportunity. There is some kind of a fear, stress, anxiety. Maybe it's because it's this energy that you're picking up on, that somebody feels like it's theirs and that you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. Either way, this is something I feel like you've been waiting for a long time. It's finally come in, and you could feel like maybe you're underqualified, but you wouldn't have been chosen if that were the case. So again, take it how it resonates, what either you're jealous of somebody else or somebody's jealous of you, but this is an amazing opportunity. I don't know if I said the Fool was Aquarius, Aries energy, but it is. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to shuffle and move on to Capricorn. I'm trying to think if I called you Scorpio, but I hope not, because that was Sag. All righty. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, it's so nice outside. Yesterday it was nice too. It's in the 70s. It's warm, sunny. It's beautimous. Beautimous outside. All right, Capricorn is next. Then we have Aquarius, and then we have Pisces. And I see thus far no super chat questions, which is just fine by me. Okay. Capricorn. This is for the week ahead for the Capricorn. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oop. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Interesting. Okay. Capricorn, overall energy for this reading, the 4th through to the 10th. We have number 40, 6th chakra Archangel Metatron, and it is being pertaining to number 28, expectation in the reverse. Interesting. This is the clarity of thought and personal vision. It is your sixth sense, your third eye. It's where you receive visions, knowings, things of that nature. And the lack of expectation. I actually kind of like that energy. It kind of feels like you're opening up your third eye and you're not being in the energy of not expecting anything is almost nice because you're not putting pressure on it, if that makes sense. Like when you're manifesting and things like that, you want to expect, like having an expectancy of receiving it, right? Or having it, or it already being done. But when we're talking about spirituality and like meditating and things, it's so different for everybody that if, for example, you were to hear or somebody tell you, oh, you must see 3 dots in order for this to mean it's doing anything. And then you have this expectancy to see these 3 dots. Being focused, not having it, but expecting to see it or wanting to see it, in essence, sometimes can put a block. So lacking expectancy when it comes to this spiritual gift or this opening is beautiful, if you ask me. We have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands, I heard if you don't expect, you can't be disappointed. Interesting. The 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. So this is all about things that you've been carrying around for you for far too long, experiences that you've had in the past that you didn't fully release, let go of, forgive self, have compassion for, whatever the case is, things that you somehow identified as part of who you are when it's not the truth. With the 8 of Coins, it feels like you have been putting forth the energy and effort to shift out of that. Beautiful. And with the Queen of Swords, bring balance into your life. Not just balance, but this is Libra energy. You could have it in your chart or be dealing with a Libra. This is also about having complete focus, clarity, and truth. It's a beautiful energy to be embodying, and it feels like you've been working energetically towards that. Being in that energy, having that energy. The 9 of Wands is almost to the 10. So you've got one more wand to go before you finally release and let go of those burdens. And I feel like if you're meditating and moving through this energy, and your third eye is starting to open, and the lack of expectations in that energy is beautiful. Beautiful week for you. I will do a shameless plug. I only do them every now and again when I feel called to. I do have the 13 Steps to Transformation. It's a 13-week course where I work on you, with you, not on you, with you, one-on-one. It's akin to a spiritual awakening. It also does so much more, shifts perception. The list goes on and on. If you're interested, you can either email me and or Facebook message me. But let's get back to your reading. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 19, rest and rejuvenation. Beautiful. Again, feels like meditation. Feels like there is some kind of healing taking place as well, pertaining to marriage, or if it's not an actual marriage, it could be the energy of, okay, well, some people have long-term relationships that they consider marriages that aren't by paper. But for some of you, it could be the idea around marriage. As like some people are, oh, I'm never going to get married. I have no desire to ever be married. Like there's something maybe that happened in childhood or something to that extent where it's pertaining to, could even be somebody else's marriage, but there's something that interesting. You could be intuitively receiving some kind of information pertaining to somebody's marriage. So take it how it resonates. We have the Child of Coins. This is some kind of opportunity offering being made. Also, I feel like with like childlike energy, you're putting forth the energy to manifest Gemini, Virgo energy on purpose. You're putting forth the energy and effort to create something, but I like the childlike energy. You're putting the childlike energy into it, which again feels very, it just feels so, well, I heard innocent and humble. But it just, this whole reading gives this energy of gentle, kind, loving. So I'm assuming that's going to be your energy that I'm picking up on. But the Magician, what you're wanting to manifest is the Three of Cups, which is some form of celebration, joy, happiness. Could be a new spirit court, maybe even new spiritual gifts. It also talks about new soul tribe members in the 3D. So it feels almost, it just feels so innocent and gentle and kind. There's no other way to put it. Whatever it is that for some of you, you could even be attempting to manifest a marriage. Somebody popping the question, I don't know, or the right person coming in. But being open is beautiful energy, not feeling tied to any specifics, right? Or it has to be a certain way. I like that energy. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Aquarius. Hello, Piotr. I don't know if I said that right. Piotr, I don't know. Sorry if I butchered it. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. I appreciate ye. Happy Wednesday. I have done all signs except for Aquarius and Pisces. I am moving into Aquarius here in a moment, and Pisces will be last but not least. Okay. Aquarius. This is for the week ahead for Aquarius. Good grief. It's like, why even bother shuffling? I should just throw them all together and just keep on the same cards. For the week ahead, Aquarius, I do give my feeling on the card, along with any channeled messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Okay, Aquarius, overall energy. Number 19, rest and rejuvenation. Receiving guidance, downloads, maybe even meditating, maybe healing from something. We have at number 25, high honor in the reverse. It feels like there was some form of a rejection or not getting necessarily what it is that you had your heart set on or desired. I heard there's wisdom in the unknown. I don't know how that's helpful, but I guess what you don't know, right? We have the Eight of Swords. This is being up in your headspace, overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety. You're being called to be more in the rest and rejuvenation. So maybe this is where you've been and you're moving into that intuitive, meditative rest, rejuvenation, healing with the 10 of coins. There's some long-term situation. Now, the 10 of coins is an ending because it's a 10. All 10s are endings. It's the ending of an old cycle, allowing for the beginning of a new. You're fearful and stressful pertaining to this ending coming. There's overthinking, overanalyzing. It's like you know it's coming. And maybe it's that you don't feel like this is a high honor. It's entirely possible that you're deeming this as scary, bad, fearful, don't want it to stop. The 10 of coins is stability and security, but when it ends, it doesn't mean that you lose all of that. If anything, a new cycle begins there. So let me give an example. Job ends. There's a better job for you out there. Promotion, like something is transpiring, something's coming to an end and you're freaking out about it. With the Three of Swords, could also pertain to romance, but I feel like this is something that you truly are feeling heartbroken over, the ending of something coming. And again, whatever the something is in the tangible 3D, stable, secure, could be pertaining also to love, but I feel like it's more of a love of whatever the thing is. With the Eight of Wands, it feels like this is coming in hot and heavy, hot, quick, passionate. Towards what? The Sun, Leo energy, the happiest card in the deck, joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity, creativity. There is an ending coming that is good for you, that brings in your happiness, passion, drive, desire quickly. But you're maybe up to this point, maybe this next week's different. You haven't been feeling like it was an honor, like it's a good thing. And it is. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 15, appreciation. Pertaining to number 19, coffin. The underlying you, beneath the surface, is in joy, happiness, appreciation. Why? Because there was an ending to something and the beginning of a new, or as I like to say, the coffin is transmutation. Nothing actually ever ends and begins again. It just shifts energy form. Like we just move from one to another, never really technically ending. With the Child of Swords, clarity, truth, honesty, intuition, something is letting you know deep, the higher part of you is fully aware that this is your joy, your happiness, your sun. With the Fool card, the new beginning, there's truth, clarity, honesty coming with this new beginning. The Fool, Aquarius, Aries energy. Take it a leap of faith, knowing that everything's going to work out for your best and highest good. I feel like the rest, rejuvenation, the meditation, the healing energy is all about you trying to calm your own self down because there's some major shift and change taking place that if you're not aware of it, you should be. But underlying, it's It's good. It's 100% good. So get excited about it. Don't be fearful. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Pisces. Finally, to the Pisces at the very end. Shuffly, shuffly, shuffle. All righty. Thank you all for joining me on this Friday. I feel like I kept calling it Wednesday. Oh my goodness. I think I called it Wednesday like a million times. It is not Wednesday. It is Friday. That is so crazy. I just realized, like, happy Wednesday. No, it's Friday. Happy Friday. I think I've been saying Wednesday from the beginning. Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. That is so silly. Oh my gosh. It is Friday, not Wednesday. All right, Pisces. Wait, what did I do? Pisces, happy Friday, not Wednesday. I've been saying Wednesday the whole time. Happy Friday to you. This is for the week ahead. The 4th through to the 10th. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. I am silly, like silly. I can't believe I've been calling it Wednesday. Alrighty. Pisces, overall energy for this reading, number 19, rest and rejuvenation. I feel like everybody's going through some stuff, right? We've been getting a lot of the same cards. This is receiving intuition, downloads, meditation, healing of sorts, and, well, rest and rejuvenation. And it's pertaining to number 13, a wealthy man. You could be the wealthy man. It could be a wealthy man coming in for you. Take it how it resonates or that you're dealing with. With the 3 of Swords, there's some kind of a heartbreaking situation. Now, I say heartbreaking lightly because it does bother the emotions, but it's more your thoughts. It's not really, it's not cup energy. It is Swords. So it's your thoughts, and your thoughts are affecting your emotions. With the High Priestess, Pisces energy, that's you. I feel like you're being called to follow your intuition, to meditate, to really go within, follow your higher guidance, take your power back. With the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Wands is all about your templed path. So it's also talks about a union, yes, but I feel like this is more pertaining to your templed path. And there's certain things that you're meant to go through or experience in order to really get moved on to said path. This feels like it could just be one of them. Their heartbreak doesn't have to be a romantic situation. Maybe a wealthy man came about who was meant to buy something, or you've been waiting for the wealthy man or whatever, and it hasn't happened, and you're up in your headspace about it. Get out of your head. You know better. You know better, Pisces. With the High Priestess energy, follow your intuition, your higher guidance, and stay on your templed path. And again, for some of you, there is a union taking place, but there's a need to really take your power back, get out of that headspace. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 21, strategy, pertaining to number 5, mature man. So I don't know if you're attempting to strategize. You could be the man. You could be the wealthy man and the mature man. But I feel like mature man is all about, he's got the World card, which to me talks about expansion, growth, ascension, knowledge, wisdom. It also talks about the end of a cycle. Now, with the strategy, I feel like this is almost trying to map your growth, your expansion, move towards this higher level of wisdom, stay on course. This is the Eight of Cups. It is wish fulfillment. So I definitely feel like there's a strategy towards moving towards your wish fulfillment, but I also feel like there's emotional sovereignty involved. Oh, wait a minute. I lied. That is not what that is. The Eight of Cups is emotional detachment so that we could head towards the Nine of Cups. Interesting. Well, I'll be honest. I feel like you're getting the Nine of Cups next. There's a need to emotion. That's your strategy, is to emotionally detach, and or it's the wealthy man, mature man. Take it how it resonates. But the strategy is pertaining to this mature man is to emotionally detach. And it is a strategy, and it is going to pay off because you're headed towards the Nine of Cups. Interesting. I don't know if the wealthy man and the mature man are one and the same. But there is definitely an emotional detachment here and a focus more on your spiritual aspects, your higher self. That's what I have for you, Pisces, for your week ahead. Like I said, no clarifications, short, sweet, and to lay point. That being said, I appreciate you all for joining me on this Friday. I can't believe I was saying Wednesday. Thank you all for hitting that like button, subscribing. Thank you to my group members, gratitude, and extended group members. I appreciate you all. I will see you all next week. That being said, have an amazing weekend.